If you think Superman is just about being super duper, Jeph Loeb wants you to consider the possibility of another dimension to the Man of Steel. Through what are essentially 200 pages of an origin story, the book spans 4 literal seasons and delves into the essence of the man behind the S. This is the story of Superman for All Seasons by Jeph Loeb. Spring. Clark Kent is having such a great time with his best friends Lana Lang and Pete Ross, his appointment nearly slips his mind. In addition to manifesting wall hacks and built-in hearing aids, he scuttles away when his barber's insane grip strength manages to snap a pair of scissors on his hair. A frightened young man outraces a locomotive and simply stares into the distance. He didn't exactly come with an instruction manual, and although they don't carry all the answers, Martha and Jonathan Kent will always love their son unconditionally. One day, a tornado ravages Smallville like the way Lana intends to ravage Clark, but he's too busy searching for his fake glasses. What if one man could have prevented all this damage and didn't? Post-high school graduation, they sneak away under the cover of moonlight so he can reveal his big secret. The Man of Tomorrow acknowledges that to help as many people as possible, he'll do so as a reporter to reach billions around the world. Given that they speak English and possess a vested interest in Metropolis local news. When he's not staring at a computer, Superman is rescuing empty-headed peanut brains from natural selection, as demonstrated by this kid playing baseball on skyscraper rooftops. All things considered, Ma and Pa Kent still worry whether he's eating his vegetables, making new friends, and or avoiding trouble. Summer. Believe none of what you hear, half of what you see, everything you write, and you might just become the next Lois Lane. But even she cannot unravel the mysteries as to why the Boy Scout continues to win Metropolis's favorite hall monitor instead of turning to a path of Kim Jong's Superman. Speaking of Superman, he fishes out a submarine because for one, Lois got herself into a dilemma, and 2, they should have considered a VPN if they didn't want to get caught. Superman warns Luthor that for his sake, his fingerprints better not be all over this, given that both the submarine and the missile it launched earlier are manufactured by LexCorp. Outside of the 4 people he buys coffee for at work, one of whom he caught feelings for but she only has the hots for Superman, Kent doesn't have the luxury of friends. In other words, it's high time he returns to that familiar breeze of chicken manure for what millennials call a mental reset. His mom assures him he'll find his way as he always has. Elsewhere, Lois and Jimmy have a page 9 story on their hands. Lex's robot firefighters are in dire need of a Windows update, but fortunately, the Man of Steel was surveying the area like a responsible hall monitor. He rescues a Miss Vaughn who not only delivers Lois a front-page headline, but also converts her apartment into a church faster than any construction worker I've seen. Fall. If only the villain would dedicate a fraction of the love he has for Superman toward Metropolis, then maybe he wouldn't be taking his 50-second mugshot this year. However, the perks of being a rich white man becomes evident when Lex Luthor walks away scot-free by afternoon. Meanwhile, Lois is caught violating Mr. Kent's privacy. Could it be that the great Lois Lane is actually jealous of this Lana Lang character she just discovered? Suddenly, the entire newsroom comes down with a severe case of anti-work, along with the rest of Metropolis for that matter. It doesn't take a 12th level intellect to ascertain there's only one man capable of this much evil. On the contrary, Luthor flips the narrative against his nemesis, citing him as a potential carrier of an alien pathogen based on hearsay evidence. Regardless, the final boss has a sexed up Miss Vaughn on speed dial, almost as if he planned for this. Surely, the industry will evolve beyond the form-fitting latex and bathing suits which constituted the majority of the late 90s female superhero wardrobe. Superman soars above the clouds, allowing Scientist Lady to administer her laziness antidote, and it works, at the cost of her life. Talk about kicking a man when he's already down, the nutjob tacks on one final remark like one of those ads at the end of a YouTube video. Go back to your country, or in this case, planet. Winter. With the way Tim Sale portrays the last son of Krypton, you can't blame Lana for falling into his gravitational field. She gravitated towards him because she didn't know her real parents either. Growing up, she was completely obsessed with him like the way Trump is obsessed with tariffs. Her countless intrusive thoughts included, but were not limited to, unchristian activities, marrying him, and pumping out children. Until the night it all changed. Only now does she realize he never meant to scare her. Lana swings by the farm to gobble up their chicken and to reveal that she's been harboring his secret for years. The following morning is met by an evacuation order due to heavy rainfall. At long last, she finally gets a taste of Kryptonian microbes before he flies off to aid anyone who may be soiling their trousers. When Superman made his first appearance, people would often question why he wouldn't abuse his powers for personal gain. Lana felt extra special because to understand Superman, you only had to know that Clark Kent came pre-installed with an indomitable spirit of helping others. After it's all said and done, Lana gives Pete Ross a chance because Clark exhausted all his vacation days from work. With a front-page headline and a jealous Miss Lane behind him, Superman is back in action rescuing empty-headed peanut brains who insist on playing skyscraper baseball. That was the story of Superman for All Seasons by Jeph Loeb. Make of this what you will, I'm just a messenger.